What is that? I mean, seriously, what or who is that? At first, I thought this was Godwyn somehow, due to the pose of Godwyn corpse, but actually no, this isn't Godwyn, and the pose here is something else entirely. In matter of fact, there is a lot of hidden details that may suggest this is some kind of a twisted Marika, or maybe a part of her that she locked in the Shadowlands. I mean, first, this pose is a uterus. This isn't Godwyn. This is more like a womb. And womb symbolism is basically life itself, which really got me thinking of Marika. She's like the most prominent mother figure in the game, not in the good way. She's a terrible mother. I mean, in quantity and significance, giving birth to all those demigods, and even her rune is long speculated about to be the rune of life. It looks a lot like the opposite of the rune of death. Marika sealed death. So we have all of those life and fertility symbolism. Then we get this thing symbolizing a womb, and being in that position, she looks like she's about to give birth or something. Also, there is a lot of details that you probably missed. After adjusting the image a bit, we can see this hole at the creature lower back. At first, again, I thought this is Godwyn / Knight of the Black Knife wound, but no, we can see here Godwyn was hit in his upper back, just like below the neck. Also, Godwyn have the distinct mark of the centipede, and we can't see that here. But this wound actually reminded me a lot of Marika as well. I mean, look at the spear impaling her when we enter the Erdtree. This wound is very close to the spear position in Marika's body. Also, Marika was hit by the spear really close to the womb. And then this creature, as we said, symbolizes a uterus. There is a lot of common things going here, but perhaps for me the biggest clue, the biggest detail here is the hair. The hairstyle is very important here. Look, she have like this very long side and the other side is short, and I am almost 100% positive that the only character we see with this kind of hairstyle is Marika. In all her depictions, she has this long strand of braided hair on a side, and in the other side she has a very short strand of braided hair. We can see here the creature has the same kind of hairstyle, but without the braids. If the hair of this omen got braided, it will look a lot like Marika's, aside from the hair color, of course. So what is going on here? How is she sharing those common things with Marika, especially the hairstyle? There is a lot of emphasis on hair in Elden Ring. So this is not like a normal thing, not a coincidence. Is this a relative of Marika somehow? That's unlikely. What I think may be going here is that Marika had some aspect of the crucible inside of her, and we know that she hated that. So she split that part from her and shunned it in the Shadowlands. Both of those acts isn't something new to Marika. First, she did split herself, and second, she shunned her omen children. And this actually brings us to the second conclusion: is that female omen a daughter of Marika, like Morgoth and Mohg? We already know that Marika has a lot of unwanted demigod children. Maybe this is one, but it happened before the veiling of the Shadowlands, so Marika just shunned her there. I don't know, but it certainly has some kind of a close relation to Marika. The second thing we can notice is the bracelet and the skirt. And we haven't seen anything like that before, but there is something really close. This woman here, that dress is close to the skirt the omen creature is wearing. Also, this woman is certainly pregnant. The hand position is very clearly communicating that, but the bracelet is very different though. To be honest, there is a lot of fertility / giving birth symbolism in the DLC, so it seems this is going to play a major part. I'm very excited to see what it means. Like, imagine during this fight, this creature gave birth to another boss. That may be some kind of a phase 2. This is going to be crazy. Last thing is the face / mask. At first glance, the mask reminded me of the minor Erdtree guardians. So, is there some kind of connection here? Perhaps she is protecting something? Also, this part looks a lot like the Crucible scale talisman. We can read here, a talisman fashioned from a scale that embodies the aspect of various creatures. Said to have grown on the human body long ago, it was considered a signifier of the divine in ancient times. So this creature is like divine in this Crucible era. Big thanks to EGT Jake for relating those two together. But then the mask actually reminded me of the Abductor virgins of Volcano Manor, and this is very interesting. We have all of those fertility / giving birth symbolism going on with this creature. Then the mask looks close to the Abductor virgins. Those machines obviously is revolving around that theme. Also, after looking at it from that perspective, a lot of interesting things may appear. First, those weapons we see on the creature would probably function in the same way as the virgin weapons, but without the chain. I think this weapon is more like a boomerang. We already saw something like that in the trailer. And then you remember that Tanith is actually a dancer from a foreign land. Is this land the Land of Shadow? Did Tanith and Rykard get the inspiration for the virgins from this thing? Are they mocking Marika somehow? That's a very interesting possibility. Another aspect of the mask is the closed eye symbolism. We don't actually see the eyes, but the hair on one side cover the eyelid. This is very important in the world of Elden Ring, and we already made a video on eye symbolism. We said in that video that closed right eye symbolized disbelief in the Erdtree, and that would make a huge sense. This Omen Crucible era creature would certainly oppose the Erdtree. Also, the mark under the left eye kind of reminded me of the mark on Ranni.
Unless, of course, thou shouldst take the crown.
The mark on Ranni's face should be very important if we knew its meaning, but we don't know. We don't have a lot work on here. What we know is that thing is going to be an awesome fight. Also, it's very creepy. I was really busy yesterday and I didn't get to inspect this thing except like 3 AM, and having to stare at that thing at 3 AM isn't a pleasant experience, like at all. It's very creepy. So yeah, this is my observation on that thing. So tell me what you think. And don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button if you enjoyed. See you next video. Until then, farewell, fellow Tarnished.